So, hello, nice to see you, so many people. We will do this in English because we understand there are many foreign or some foreign guests who wanted to come here and to listen to what Corneliu has to say. I will do a short introduction. A few Romanian filmmakers have had such a long and visible relationship with TIFF as Corneliu Porumboiu. He has won the Transylvania Trophy twice, appeared on the festival poster in 2011, wearing a football kit. And this year TIFF is presenting the first complete retrospective of his work. Incomplete? What is it missing? While also honoring him with the TIFF.25 anniversary award. But today's meeting is not only about these awards, nor is it simply about looking at the films one by one. It is also an opportunity to observe, when placed side by side, his trajectory of his cinematic gaze, the way he watches the world through his films. All his cinema has constantly changed without losing its identity. He started from Vaslui with some short movies, very funny, I can say, and he got to La Gomera on an island in Spain. There is throughout these films a very precise sense of humor, a fertile mistrust of truths delivered too quickly, and a continuing curiosity about the rules according to which people and institutions function. But there is also a willingness to change form, to abandon certain things, and to try something new. Always. This is what Corneliu has as a trademark. So today we will talk about these beginnings, Vaslui, football, family, actors and directors, the process of making a film, if you have time, but also about the changes a filmmaker has to go through over time. So, Corneliu, welcome back to TIFF. We had some Q&As these 2 last days, and you said you don't watch your movies, you only watch them when you do them, so you didn't see recently any of your movie. But when you look at all these films together as a retrospective, what do you feel has changed most in you as a filmmaker? So from where you begin and now, what changed in you?
That, of course, each movie that you make is like I don't know, it's like a step that you make forward. I could be backwards also, but I want to think that it all the time is forward. So I'm interested in new things, and I explore new things. And it's not something very, I don't know. It's a career that it spends in 20 years. I'm happy that I still could do that. Because it's it's hard. It's quite hard to make movies in our days, and I hope I will continue.
And at what point did you feel the need to move beyond your familiar world, from Vaslui, then from Bucharest, and to go west?
I can say, I don't know, it's like, no, because a film, it's all the time you think a film in terms of economy of the film, no? So if you have a film that you want to do it like my football films, so which there were films that they had budget of 20,000 or something like that, euros, so very small budget. I knew that kind of films, they will be projected mostly in festivals, so they were for me like experiments. When you do a film and you want to do another kind of film that implies more budget, you get into another game, and you have to You need to, you have to think about the return and things like that. So each movie, for me, it's important that for each movie that I make, I relate it in a way with the market that where it goes, you know.
And how does money shape a film before it is even made? Because we talked a little about money, about the budget, the hardness of getting the budget. So as a director and in the same time as a producer, because you are implied in the producing of your movies. So how does this change you as a director, the money problem?
Of course, when you want to do a movie which implies more a big budget and all, you have to do it to find a way to do it in maybe another language, and that means French or English, in order to access a public. Because at the end of the day, the cinema it's still the mainstream cinema is still shaped around the stars. So it's a star system at the end, no? So you need a certain actor and the actor at the end of the day will bring you the money. The cinema, the author cinema with the big authors, it used to be, I think, in the 90s, no? Still, we still have like Tarantino or the Coen brothers, but it's harder and harder to make your name in our days.
When you write, are you already thinking about the budget, or do you try to perfect the idea first and then you will see how the money will come?
It's hard to say. Of course, when you, I used to have at one point when I was writing a script, and I think instinctively it's the both, because I started doing cinema on 35, 16 in the school, and there my formation, it was all the time related with the stack of the print that we have, and sometimes, of course, I remember that I have a scene. I write a scene with let's say big extras, some cascade and things like that, and after that you return, you write the scene as, no, this one is not good, you have to find another solution, go back.
Yeah, so in a way it is interlinked, the budget with your creativity or the way you can handle a story.
I don't think it's I think you don't have to all the time. You work with the limits. You will never have the budget that you will want, you know. And all the time the movie process is related with that, with the finding the solution at one point. And sometimes, because it's not, we don't speak about freedom in the sense of, you know, in the sense of the in absolute sense. Mm-hmm. All the time it's like it's a job that you have to you have some limits, and you have to be creative into these limits. I think even the Nolan sometimes has problems with the budget. So
with a greater the budget, the greater the responsibility, maybe.
yeah, maybe. But you work all the time in these limits, and you have to be creative in these limits.
You are talking about limits, and as I told you 2 days ago, I think, I saw a resemblance between La Gomera, or The Whistlers in English, and The Limits of Control, the Jarmusch movie. And I wanted to ask you, what's your relationship to other movies, to other directors? Or how do you relate to them? What do you get from them? How do you talk or communicate in this cinematographic manner with them?
all the time, each movie that I make, I have some. I make a list of films that I share with my team. Sometimes it's with the actors, sometimes with the art director, with the DOP, and it was a joke because in this list we talk about style afterwards, the way we will do the setup and all. It was a joke because I think 3 films in a row. My team, they have to see in between other films. It was the Les Nuits de la Pleine Lune. They were joking about me. They make a joke. You will watch again the Les Nuits de la Pleine Lune. But you have a list of films, and all the time you speak with the team. You know.
Yeah. So in a way, you talk a little here about some kind of obsessions, cinematographic obsessions, some directors who influenced you a lot, or some movies who made you...
Depends on the subject.
Okay.
It depends on the... sometimes I could, now I watch again Lubitsch. I re-see all his films.
Ernst Lubitsch.
Yeah. To Be or Not to Be, and you know, Design for Living, and depends on the film that I'm working on and the genre that I want to explore.
And how do you manage the international recognition, and how do you get from being like someone who is a cinephile and loves cinema to being someone who makes the trends, or in a way he is on these trends? So how do you switch from being at the start of your career to being a well-known international director? What changed in you, if something changed?
I'm very I don't know.
It's a hard question.
No, but I don't think it's changed.
So
because
maybe nothing changed. You remained the same as a person.
as a person.
As a person, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. This is very good. So you remained the same. Okay. We started talking about the money and your latest film, but I want to go a little back to your first movies, your short films. Do you remember how you made them? How was it when you made them? The atmosphere, your search for a cinematic language. Let's go back in time, 20 years ago, in Vaslui.
No, I was in Bucharest. I was studying in Bucharest.
Yeah, I know you studied
and,
in Bucharest.
in the school, I work a lot because we have in each year we have to make a movie for the school. You know, it was like the examination.
Yeah, exam.
And in the same time, I work a lot with DOPs because they have stocks of print to work like an exercise. Okay. So I did I think I did 9 films, 9 shorts. Yeah. So it was pleasure, and all the time when I'm making a movie, I want to have pleasure. If not, doesn't matter. So I was playing, and I take all the time like I want to keep this fresh attitude on the set also to play. So I was doing a lot. I was learning a lot. I was thinking the school that for me the school it was like an exercise field. Because on the other hand I try to, because the short form is very different from a long form in writing, and
can you explain in what manner is it different?
For me, I was trying to make small structures, you know, so to work a little bit with the more into the kind of confrontation of very different characters, that I keep that in fact in my films afterwards, and a switch, you know. very simple switch and to do it well, you know. I was very concerned about learning in the school, and I was trying a lot of things. So that was my, because before going to school, I knew, 4 years before, I knew two directors, and one of them, it was studying cinema. So I have friends that they were in cinema, in the school, and I was changing with them. I was writing the scripts, and we talk about them. So when I get into the school, I have 3 or 4 years of also practicing, you know, in a way, the writing. And this one of my friends, he was working in Iași for the Romanian television. He was doing stuff and I was with him at the shootings. The other one, he was in school, and sometimes I went to the set. So when I get into the school, I had also a little bit of practice in writing, and also on the set also.
This could be felt in all your movies, because all of them are very well written, and you have this tendency for laughter, for humor. Was it something you identified with yourself, or it came, I don't know, on a day-to-day basis? So you knew you had this in you, this humor, this type of jokes, irony, which is very specific, because the Romanian new wave is not characterized by this type of humor. I think you are the only one which made the people laugh. So this is my question. Where did this come from?
It's instinctive.
Oh,
I want to make them cry, but didn't work.
I think it was better this way. Like, yeah. So your debut feature film was very funny, and
yeah.
I think I saw it recently, and it was as funny as the first time I saw it when I was very little. So yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a movie which is timeless because of this type of humor, because it's a very specific type of humor. Maybe it comes from the region you come from. It's something very specific. That's why I asked, how was the transformation from coming from a place and going then international, you know, because some things changed.
No, it was a big surprise for all, I think, because, you know, it was Christine that he has with the death of Mr. Lazarescu. After that, 1208, and after that there were 3 years like that. But no one expected, I think.
Okay.
You should speak with the others, but no, we did. From my point of view, I did something, you know. And I was, it comes from nowhere, this kind of success. And after that, yeah, maybe it was a problem how to, because it was, for me, it was quite big in, you know, because you didn't expect that. So how you handle this is another problem.
That's what I wanted to ask. How do you handle it, and what's your advice for the young directors who maybe have a big success? How should they handle it?
I didn't handle well, no. So I.
Why not? You did some. You did some remarkable movies after that. So.
No, it's I don't know. But it's not in these terms. I go internationally or not, because I don't see it like that, because I knew directors, other directors, and we speak about that. It's a pleasure to speak about. I'm doing something like I'm working in this industry. I try to do it. I try to give my best for each film, but otherwise,
okay.
But there are 20 years of career in a way, so I focus on each film that I make it,
and in these 20 years, did you have projects which were not made? So you wrote the script.
Of course.
Let's talk a little about these unfinished movies, about these unfinished projects.
Sometimes you write and you realize that it's not the good. It's a test also when you work a little bit on, let's say, a few months on a project, and sometimes maybe didn't work.
Okay.
But I'm not, sometimes there are projects that they will you'll put it on the side for the moment. But I don't think you lose them. I had projects, for example, for Gomera. I started to work the first draft after police adjective. So it was a long process, but it was not a continue one. So sometimes you have projects that you, like 1208, that it was, I do it very fast. Sometimes I have projects that I renounce, like it was Igor Kobyliansky made a film after one of my scripts at one point.
Which one?
La limita de jos a cerului.
Ah, okay.
So that project, it was, I worked so much, I worked like 2 years on it. So at one time it became so mechanical for me, and I said, okay, I don't have any pleasure into...
The idea didn't make you feel so much for it, so...
No, the idea, no, the script by its own became so schematic.
Okay.
I felt that I don't want to direct it. So it was for me something that I spent in 2 years on it. I lose the interest.
Yeah, because there is this saying that if you do movies, I don't know, every 5 years, you have to be very interested in your subject. In other words, if you lose your interest, you can't do the movie. So in a way, you have to be almost so interested that that subject has to be the subject for those, I don't know, 3-4 years. So how do you maintain your interest in a subject in order to finalize your movie?
No, it's coming. No. It's not that I'm trying to maintain. It's something very alive. It's like a relation that you work, you rework, but sometimes I think maybe you get 1208. So I was working on another project, and at one point I feel stuck, and I said, okay, I have to start something else. Yeah. So there are moments like that. Afterwards, I don't know.
After your first 3 feature films, you did one documentary, then The Treasure, and afterwards Infinite Football. So you did the second game and then Infinite Football. And in the meantime, you did the spot for TIFF, which was based on football as well. What's your relationship with football, and of course with your father, which is a well-known referee? So how did you grow up with football?
I play football. I was dreaming to play for Real Madrid.
And what happened?
I was not so good.
Okay.
So, I did. Yesterday I saw a young guy, friend of a friend of mine, and I asked him, what you want to do in the life? And he told me, mathematics, special mathematics. If it doesn't work, I will do cinema.
Okay.
No, but I played football and I was not so good, so
So you decided to be a director?
No. Management first.
Okay.
Management. I did the university in Bucharest. No, but it's I played, and I was not so passionate.
But in a way, football and cinema are the same, because they both offer like a spectacle, and the star system, and people watch them and like to read the news. So in a way, they are very, very similar, in a way, I think. And both of them are, I don't know, have like 2 hours. So you didn't get so in a bad place.
Yeah, mostly because all my movies they are 19 around, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's something there.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to do a 3 hours movie, but I have a
Two
limit.
matches.
I have a limit, I think, somewhere,
Okay.
like a 90 minutes game. Yeah.
Okay.
A question.
Yeah.
Hello. Sorry, I speak only French. I am archaeologist, laureate of Romanian Academy, etc. O întrebare. Cum, și cred că e importantă, cum vedeți, stimate domn, cum poate ajuta statul român dezvoltarea cinematografiei românești? Și dacă credeți, puteți să traduceți. Mulțumesc.
So how do you think and feel the Romanian state can develop Romanian cinema?
It's still like in all the Europe we have this CNC system, National Center of Cinema, which helps projects and you apply știți sistemul CNC?
Statul român cum poate...
Păi da, deja este un centru național al cinematografiei, deci îl ajută deja. Și după aia, deci asta e în toată Europa, deci un sistem care funcționează în toată Europa. Mai mult, păi cred că Money, da. Păi cred că ar mai fi, s-ar putea, poate regiunile sau primăriile să ajute, de exemplu, dacă faci, în Franța există acest sistem. Ai CNC-ul care e național și după aia regiunile au fonduri care ajută, care pot finanța un film, pentru că filmezi în zona respectivă, de exemplu, dacă filmezi la Cluj, filmezi, promovezi cumva, ei consideră că promovezi regiunea și dacă mai sunt și tehnicieni, ei vor face parte din echipele de filmare. Deci cred că partea asta, dacă se poate dezvolta cumva un al doilea strat, iar după aia e o chestiune, din păcate, economică, adică în sensul în care să ai investitori privați și nu știu ce, asta înseamnă ca cinemaul să aibă un retur, adică biletul, să faci profit cu un film, pe scurt. Ceea ce e foarte diferit, adică imposibil, aproape cred, în România astăzi, pentru că s-au pierdut 20 de ani după Revoluție, s-au închis foarte multe săli, iar, de exemplu, generația mea și generațiile chiar până în 30-50 de ani au pierdut obișnuința de a merge la cinema. Acum e un nou segment care merg la cinema de tineri, dar care merg mai mult vin din zona de YouTube sau de influencer. Și ei se duc să vadă omul pe care îl... Dar nu mai au gustul sau nu mai au...
Cred că se duc la alt tip de spectacol, până la urmă, de
Cinemaul
film.
a devenit, de fapt, un produs secundar, poate, știi? La o formă de...
De YouTube.
Da, de sketch YouTube, știi?
Da.
Și e foarte greu asta. Adică pentru mine, când pierzi 2 generații, foarte greu. Adică...
And how is it in France, for example, and in Spain, in France? You live in France.
In France, they have a very good system.
So they didn't lose these 2 generations? And
No, there
people-
is still the... Yeah,
The
they have
interest.
for art house cinema, you have the more like a multiplex
Yeah.
and...
But how hard
because
is
the cinema by its own also is like an habitude, you know?
Yeah,
To go out, that means to go to see a film. After that, at the dinner to speak about the film. So in a way, it's like a product.
Yeah. It comes with the whole package, not only going to the movie. Because if you only want to watch the movie, you can watch it home. But if there is this experience,
A community.
yeah, and the community, some cine clubs and things like this, which can help the debate, the discussion regarding cinema. And let's go a little bit to your next project, which is named now
No,
The Costume.
yeah, but I don't want to speak about because
okay.
I speak about this project that I will shoot it 1 year ago, 6 months ago. So I prefer
Yeah.
to
And this is the
you know?
problem because so
because we risk to speak about something that
will never happen. So maybe, unfortunately, so because you didn't get the money from the last CNC, so now you have to get some other funding, and it's very tough. And how is it for you as a Romanian director to get funding in France, in Spain, so in the center and in the Western Europe?
all my films, they were co-productions, mainly with France, and the last one, it was with Sweden also, and Sweden, Germany. So it depends on the subject and on the script. When the script is more, how they see it on the market at that time, and the actors that we have inside. So now there are difficult times for everybody
And
in cinema, because with the streaming,
yes,
with the new trendings, and it's difficult. Even other colleagues from France, I speak from time to time, and they have difficult time.
do you think, or do you feel you have to change something in the way you do cinema, or no, and you will stick to?
No, but sometimes, no, every time you change. And to be like a Miss Universe, I want to change the world.
Okay.
No. No, every time you change and you adapt,
Yeah. So
No, I don't want to change the world.
okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, so now I think we can go to the public for some questions.
Okay. Hi. Romania didn't get to the Oscars yet. And this is something that I think the state should be involved. What do you think should happen for this to occur? Because there are great Romanian movies, they win the festivals, but they don't get to the big trophy, so-called.
For one, it's a big trophy. For others, it's not a big trophy. For me, Oscars, no, okay, boom. But in the same time, I start to laugh. I start to laugh that with some friends, Oscar became in a little bit like after we enter in EU and not NATO is like the projection of Romanian desire, the phantasma. But no, I think this year Cristian has chances. Really, I haven't seen the film, but the setup is very good, and I hope he will have it. Otherwise, it's a matter of because Oscar is another type of contest. You need a lot. You need a
lot of lobby, I think.
No, the basic thing is that you have to show to the
right people.
No. To the members of Academy.
Yeah.
To get into the room to see a film. That's a big problem. So you have to spend money on.
So I think they have to know you. You have to go to them with the movie.
Publicity is good because of the Oscars. This is what I understand.
Yeah. Of course, for the country, of course. But Cristian, I think, has chances this year. Maybe in for the I don't know. Maybe in the last election I don't know.
Yeah, and I think this tendency.
But with Neon, the setup is very good.
Yeah, and this tendency to go international with international actors and actresses, it can be a good thing for getting to the Oscars more often.
But of course, when you have in the cast Sebastian and Renate, of course people wants to see them what she did in this one, or even the members of Academy.
So
you'll have to spend less money.
Yeah, because you instantly go.
With Bucur, with Dragoș Bucur in the main role, you have to spend a lot.
Yeah.
I hope he's not here. He won't see that. He's my godfather.
Live. He watches live. Okay. Some more questions.
Good morning, and thank you for this opportunity. My question as an actor comes from how do you do your casting, and how do you do your casting now that you move in France? Is that a different approach? And how do you work with actors on set? And I like that you just previously said about Mungiu that when you have Sebastian and Renate, then everybody goes to the movies. But shouldn't we go to the movie because it's a Mungiu vision, or do we go to the movie because it's a famous actor? So it's more question in one question.
The casting, I do it like I did it in Romania, so I spend a lot of time watching actors, and there are some sites where the first level of casting is the face, depends on the main character and things like that, and I make, even though that I'm working with an agent, casting agent, I have my proposition, she or he has his proposition, and after that we go to the process. So, but every time I spend a lot of time searching for myself, you know. So that's the point. The other one with
How do you work on set? How do you work with the actors on a film? What's your process?
It's very complicated. It's very different in a way. You could have actors that you could work talking about the character more and not so much about the situation. There are other actors that you have to talk really about the situation. It's very different. Each actor has, in the casting, that's my job in a way, to see. There are actors that are very, very good on the first take. There are actors that are very good on the fifth one. So these are things that I'm trying to figure out in the casting process. So at one point you could work with an actor very precise and give some even gesture, you know. So it depends.
And the last point was commenting on, do we go to a movie to see a movie of a director, we go to a movie to see an actor?
Mainly I think depends on the of course you go to see a movie of a director, that's for sure, but if you want to go at another level or budget, it's what we are speaking. You know, authors like Tarantino and the Coen brothers, that they are the mark. You know, even them, they are working with big stars like DiCaprio and all. You know, De Niro, all of them. They are Scorsese, which is is the hugest one. He's working with the big actors. Of course, they are very good. Yeah, they are very, and of course they are very good. Of course.
We have here a question.
Hi. I'm here in the part of a fury, an Erin, you know, the Greek mythological creatures. 2 days ago, I attended to your discussion in the lounge. And when it came to the scene in Police Adjective, I saw you hesitating and being evasive. You didn't feel like going to details.
Which scene, sorry?
The scene.
Wait.
Yeah, you called
Each one,
it the
each
scene.
one.
Well, you called it the scene. Well, I imagine it's the one at the end when is the police adjective.
The scene, the dictionary one.
That's right.
Okay.
The Dex, yeah. And
I was evasive.
well, you didn't want to go into details because you said you just gestured. Was it anything particular how it came? Because otherwise the film is very minimalistic. I mean, that one had a little bit of weight in the movie.
In the Q&A, what I did, why in the Q&A I didn't develop the subject?
No, well,
You know, I made this movie like in 2009. I haven't seen it in the meantime. You know, when someone asks me
But
that scene, particular scene, okay, what? Sometimes I didn't remember some lines, you know. But you have to help me, you know, with
It's
some
a-
more precise questions, you know.
It's a huge switch from the main course of the movie to this scene. I mean, it's the heaviest scene in the movie.
The discussion. Yeah.
So I thought that you had a particular reason why you introduced it in the movie in the first place.
No, mate, it was prepared that.
Yeah, you had it.
No, but all the, of course, it was like, it's like in a classical policier movies, like a gunshot scene. So you have, because it's prepared by other elements in the story. In the middle is this scene with the wife, the music. He didn't understand the words. After that, there are his reports that he's writing in a certain way, and you feel that this character is has a let's say has a issue in with the language in a way, you know, with the exclamation.
That's it. Because before it was mainly image pictures, and all of a sudden we moved to
No,
dialogue.
it's not. No, there were words before.
Well, words, yeah. For instance, you can read the pages of the
No,
report.
it was also about the rules when they speak about the tennis, foot tennis.
But it's very minimalistic, very.
Now I go.
But
Next one, I go Hollywood.
I understand. But
It'll be
anyways,
I go big.
you put the intention of the scene being comical, or at least having some interest in the humor area.
Yeah,
You know
like
why
that.
I'm asking? Last year, exactly a year ago, Belotar was here, and I asked the question about two of his movies, The Horse of Turin and Satan Tango. And I said, well, did you mean any comical intention in those movies? And he said, well, it's the actors. It was Krasnohorkoi, the script writer, who had that responsibility, as if he had no intention. So...
no, but I had a comic intention. I think that.
Yeah. Well,
And if you
this is
didn't
what I
laugh, it's
wanted
a problem.
to learn.
If you didn't laugh at the film,
Well,
no.
that's what I enjoyed in the movie. Well, I can tell you. Okay.
But the question what was the question?
So, in the economy of the movie,
Yeah.
so did you think this was going to be the heaviest scene?
The resolution scene. Yeah.
Not the resolution with the plan of the flagrant.
No, the resolution. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, okay.
It's 20 minutes long.
We have to switch to the next question. We still have time for 2 questions. So in the back, and go in the back, and I'll give it.
Corneliu, a few days after Mungiu won Palme d'Or, he said that his favorite line from Romanian cinema has been said in a Porumboiu film, in A fost sau n-a fost, and that line is, am făcut și noi revoluție cum am putut. Almost impossible to translate and adapt into English, and I would like to ask you, when you are writing on a script, which are the most important pillars for you? Some scenes from the script or some lines from that script? And I will force a second question. Do you think that the attention span of the new generations, which is shockingly low, will impact the way we write feature films, the length of feature films and the structure of the stories? Meaning that we will be forced to have more plot points, more twists, and somehow this will affect the truthness in the story. That's it. Thank you very much, and thank you for your generosity and energy.
Yeah, but you have to take me step by step. The first one was what?
About when you are writing a script.
Yeah. I'm interested in the flow.
The lines.
No, I'm interested in the flow. I'm working very much on the first act. I came back to the first act, and because it's like I think you have the beginning of the film, the first 20 minutes where you make the setup, and I'm also interested in writing about also the flow, the structure. I made the structure like a treatment, and after that, when I'm writing, is there. I came back on the first act. So this is my till I'm going to the end. Even in the treatments, I do that.
Thank you.
And the second one?
Was related to the attention span of these generations.
You see my attention span. What can I? What can I say about? I will cut more. Shit. I will. No. You understand?
Okay, I'll go very fast. Good morning. I would like to ask you what are you searching in particular when you see an actor, when you meet an actor in person, and when you see an actor in a self-tape, for example, or in a casting? What you admire mostly to an actor, and what are your search for when you see an actor?
So I want to be inspired. And I want to, sometimes if I have an actor, I could change text. And I had actors that they grow into I want to be inspired. And I want the actor to create and to add something new, new level of the film. Otherwise, I could stay in writing, for example. So just to write theater or literature or whatever. But yes, I want to be inspired, and I think the good movies, they are the difference, because my conception is like I could do a movie until one level, you know. It could be a good movie. I'm quite serious in what I'm doing, and when I'm doing, I work a lot, and the movie could be at one level, you know. But to really be good, you need good actors, and you know.
All right.
Because at the end of the day, you see their faces, they are on the screen. So I want to be inspired. I want them to be professional, and yeah, to be into and to create, not to execute a part.
Thank you very much.
One last question.
Okay. So I'm going to start from your quotation that you just gave today, talking about the familiar, same as Scorsese, same as John Bung-ho. And I want to ask you, considering the fact that in the last years we've seen in cinematography a rise of alternative cinema, independent alternative cinema that is trying to counteract the Disney, Marvel, DC Comics, mega structure Disney world. We see these international topics that are being developed, movies with very short budgets that produce a lot of profit. And my question is Romanian cinema a little bit too close to home in order to achieve international success? Thank you.
I think there is a barrier is the language, and also is because what we speak about independent movie, maybe I can see you. I can. Okay. I like to see you because I'm, you know. So if you refer to the last A24 released. Yes. So yeah, but there you have stars. You have stars, you have small budget and big English language. Yes. You have also creators of that they are coming with their audience from YouTube, and you have a big English is the language by its own. It's the first criterion. After that, stars, and after that, a big promotion.
But is it stopping us to do the same thing, to try from a short movie from YouTube? Yes, I know language can be a barrier, but Romanians are quite good English speakers, so we can enter this market without...
But we are there already, but we have to see because all the time we project in, I think in Romania there is, and I don't like that, I think it's quite provincial, you know, attitude. Because the Romanian all the time they project to the Hollywood, they compare direct to the Hollywood. But if you look at the Romanian cinema, I think it's studied in all the university. I think the Romanian cinema is known by all the guys that are doing cinema in our days, inspired a lot different cinemas with the same type of economy, like from Georgia to Serbia to all East and all. So it's what it could do, and the market that you could access. It's very hard for me, because also when in this production of 824, it's a horror. Horror is doing very well in our days, both of them. Secondly, they work a lot on PR, and there are a lot of money on PR, and they sell the new thing. And that it was happening all the time, like Blur project, like 20 years ago with the project Blur, is the same story. It's a big, and the independent, it was all the time in cinema. So the matter is how you marketing the independent.
But I think the themes that
we don't have time anymore, sorry. Yeah,
it's an interesting
there
topic.
Will be a autograph session outside, and you can continue the dialogue. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
A trecut repede timpul.